Welcome to this week's edition of First Chapter Friday. The book we're highlighting this week is titled A Good Kind of Trouble. It is written by Lisa Moore Ramey, and it is one of the 2020 Lone Star, as well as winning some other awards. And this was her debut novel. That means this is the first novel that she ever had published. So this book is about Shayla. Shayla is 12 years old. She is a seventh grader, and she has always been a rule follower, and um, she says she's allergic to trouble. So what happens is when things get things start looking like they're going in a way of trouble or something dramatic is happening, her hands start itching and she starts getting really sweaty. She doesn't like conflict. So she realizes that now that she's in junior high, now that she's in seventh grade, some things are not always they're not the way that they've always been. Her best friends are starting to branch out, be different. They're growing up. So she's anxious and worried about whether or not, her friends are going to remain the same. And then she's starting to realize that there are some injustices happening and things aren't always hunky dory like she has always thought when she was in elementary school. So you get to see things through her eyes. How is the world and how is she dealing with her friendships changing, her seeing the world differently, and her growing up. So let's read the first chapter, and then if you're interested, this book is available in the library and it's also available as an ebook to read on your device. Chapter 1. First slide. I'm allergic to trouble. It makes my hands itch. But today in science, when Mr. Levi starts calling out lab partner assignments, I don't get even the lightest tingle. I just sit there, barely breathing, waiting for him to assign me to the perfect partner. He's been promising we'd start science lab since the first day of school, but it's been weeks. Lots of time for me to decide on the perfect partner. Mr. Levi has been teaching science at Emerson Junior High for centuries, and he looks like a mad scientist, for real. He has wild, frizzy gray hair and even wears a lab coat every day. He fluffs his hair and adjusts his thick black glasses. I start rubbing my hands against my legs, which isn't a good sign, but I don't pay attention. Any second, he will get to my name. Shayla and Mr. Levi pauses a few seconds, like he's really thinking about it, like he doesn't already have the list in front of him. And Bernard, he says, no, this is the opposite of perfect. I sneak a peek behind me. Bernard sits in the back, slouching low in his seat. Junior high desks weren't made for Bernard. He's not kid-sized. He's grown up sized and grown up big. He catches me looking at him and his mouth shifts into a mean grimace. I gulp and look away. My sister Hannah would say I'm being just like those people who take one look at a black person and think they need to clutch their purse tight or lock their car doors. I have no problem with Bernard being black. Obviously, I'm black too. It's him being huge and mean and scary. Bernard went to the same elementary school as me and my best friends Isabella and Julia. We're all terrified of him. Everyone I know is terrified of him. Even in kindergarten, he would scowl at everybody and he'd yell a lot. In second grade, he yelled at me because I got to the Star Wars Legos before he did. He grabbed those stormtroopers right out of my hands, and if you've ever had someone snatch Legos from you, you know how much it hurts. And he didn't say sorry. I told him I needed the stormtroopers, but Bernard looked at me like he wouldn't have minded squashing me right underneath one of his big shoes. Bernard was a bully then, and he's a bully now. Please don't let us be doing lab work today. Find your partners, everyone. Mr. Levi claps his hands together. I just bet partnering me with Bernard is some devious experiment. What happens if we mix trouble-hating girl with bully boy? Kaboom! That's what. Shayla, Bernard hollers. He sounds mad. I guess he's not happy that we're partners either. I walk to the back of the room to the lab tables, and my feet feel like they weigh 600 pounds. I caught the first slide. Bernard's voice is like a bunch of bowling balls all being dropped at the same time. The glass in one of his big paws snaps in two. Oh, I say. He could probably snap one of my fingers just like that. Bernard shakes his hand and starts sucking a finger. I'm sure that's a bad idea. Mr. Levi comes over and sets the new slides next to our microscope. He doesn't even ask Bernard if he's okay. Bernard doesn't look okay. He looks angry, which is basically saying he looks like Bernard. Stop messing around, Mr. Levi tells Bernard. I wasn't, Bernard booms. Mr. Levi shakes his head and walks away. After that, Bernard won't even look in the microscope. He shoves a stack of slides at me like it's my fault he broke the first one. The top side has a tiny green brown thing on it, and when I peer through the microscope, I can see it's a bug leg. I think it's from a grasshopper and write some notes about it and try not to study Bernard. I don't know if I should say anything to him. I don't want to make him even more mad. When class is over, he gets up so fast he knocks his desk to its side, and instead of picking it up, he storms out of the room. You bet Mr. Levi frowns real hard at that. I pick up Bernard's desk before leaving class. Maybe since Mr. Levi didn't have to pick it up, no one will get in trouble. But my hands itch anyway. So, again, if you're interested in reading this book and finding out about Shayla and Bernard, come check it out from the library, or it's available to download as an ebook on your device. Have a great day.